Hi everybody, it's Miss Sarah. So today I'm going to be reading a story called The Little Raindrop. And then after our story, we're going to talk about the water cycle. Alright, so this story here is called The Little Raindrop. So if you look at the cover of this story, you can see the raindrop, you can see a rainbow, and lots of clouds. So think about it, raindrops start up in the sky, right, with the clouds and where rainbows are. So let's read this book and try to think about, and while we're reading the story, I want you to think about where rain comes from, because that's what we're going to learn about today. So this is called The Little Raindrop, and it's by Joanna Gray and Dubravka Kalanovic. One dark and stormy day, a little raindrop fell out of a cloud and flew faster and faster through the sky. A gust of wind blew little raindrops sideways. In a dazzling flash of red, orange, and yellow, he found himself inside a rainbow. Did you know that raindrops can be inside of a rainbow? Enjoying the beautiful colors, little raindrop fell through green, blue, indigo, and violet before another gust of wind blew him out of the rainbow. Do you guys know what indigo means? Indigo is like a really special color. It's like a super, super dark blue with a little touch of purple. It's in a rainbow. Splash! Little raindrop landed in a shallow puddle on top of a large rock. Splish, splash, splash. Lots of other raindrops fell all around him until the puddle was overflowing. Little raindrop ran down the side of the rock and joined a stream. I wonder if you guys have any streams in your backyards. In the stream, little raindrop drifted through woods and bounced over pebbles. He played with small shimmering fish and watched them dart around a deer, and rabbits came to drink at the water's edge. So now the little raindrop is inside of a stream. Remember, he was inside of a rainbow and then he fell out of the rainbow and he's in a stream now. Sometimes laughing children would race sticks in the water, and little raindrop would chase them under the bridges, dodging the swirling grass and the fluttering leaves. Look there, he's traveling down the river. Do you see a caterpillar on a leaf? It's kind of using that leaf as a boat. After a while, the stream joined a river, and little raindrop floated along in the strong current. At times, the river was calm and peaceful, and little raindrop watched diving kingfishers and larger fish as they swam slowly by. Do you guys know what a kingfisher is? This kind of bird here, it's called a kingfisher. It's a special bird that catches fish, and he'll dive inside of rivers and streams to catch fish because this bird really likes to eat fish. Isn't that interesting? At other times, the river was noisy and rough. Little raindrop raced along rapids and dived down waterfalls, carefully avoiding the jagged rocks at the bottom of the falls. Look, he went down a waterfall. Isn't that interesting? Sometimes rivers can be calm and slow, and other times rivers can be really, really fast. So whenever he's going down a waterfall, that's the really fast part of the river. Eventually, the river reached the sea, and little raindrop was pulled far, far away from the shore. He met friendly dolphins who played and danced in the sunlight and listened as they whistled and clicked their greetings to each other. So now he's in the ocean. Lots of rivers will drain into an ocean. So see, now he's in the ocean with all the dolphins. One day, the tide pulled little raindrop back to the beach. He surfed the waves and crashed onto the shore until finally he came to rest on the soft sand. Have you guys ever been to the beach before? I just love the beach. So now the little raindrop is in the sand. The sun shone down on the sand, and the little raindrop got hotter and hotter until the warmth of the sun drew him up into the air. It was cooler in the sky, and little raindrop joined a cloud that was already full of other raindrops. Little raindrop was ready to fall to earth and begin his journey once more. So I want to show you, do you see how there's all kinds of little raindrops in the cloud here? And then the little raindrop is ready to rain back down to the earth. So think about all the places that little raindrop went in this story, right? He started in a rainbow, and then he rained down to the earth, and he was in a stream, and then he was in the ocean, and then he got onto the beach in the sand, and it got really hot. So then he went back up into the sky, and he went into another cloud until it was time for him to rain down to earth again. So that, my friends, is called the water cycle, and that's what I'm going to teach you about now. So here I made a little picture of the water cycle, okay? I'm going to take away some of these things so that we can think about this and we can learn about this. So this is the sun, right? I'm going to take away the sun. I'll bring her back, I promise. And then these are clouds, right? And raindrops. But I'm going to take these away. We'll get them back, don't worry. Okay, so at the bottom of my picture here, I have some mountains, and I have maybe a lake or a river or an ocean, okay? So I want you to think about how on our earth we have land and we have water, okay? That's where water starts, okay? So think about this. If the sun comes out, here's my sun. Let's count the sunbeams. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, think about this. The sun is so hot that all the raindrops and all of the water in the land and on the in the water, it'll get so hot that the raindrops will come up into the sky. This is called evaporation. Can you say that? Evaporation. Evaporation is when the sun draws the water out of the land and out of the sea or out of the rivers and back up into the sky. So that's called evaporation. Now think about this. When there's lots and lots of water in the sky, what comes out? Clouds, right? The clouds will could cover up the sun even. Think about today. Look at the weather today. Do you see clouds in the sky? So when there is a lot of raindrops in the sky, they'll get together and they will form clouds, okay? So that is called condensation, okay? So whenever there are too many raindrops in the sky, they'll come together and form clouds. Now remember, the raindrops are inside of the clouds. And when there's too many raindrops in the clouds, it gets very crowded, right? And then you get, what, boys and girls? You get rain, right? And the rain will fall out of the clouds and it will come back down to the earth. And that, boys and girls, is called precipitation. You see precipitation? Now think about this. What if whenever the rain is coming out of the clouds, what if it's cold? That rain would turn into snow, right? There's different kinds of precipitation. Sometimes you can have rain, sometimes you can have snow, sometimes you can have ice like hail or something like that. But usually, especially now that it's springtime, we might see a lot of rain, okay? So that's called the water cycle. Let's think about it again. Remember, you have water in the land and in the sea and in the different bodies of water in the earth. The sun will shine and the water will go up to the sky in something called evaporation. All that water in the sky, all those raindrops will become friends and they will form clouds called condensation. Can you say condensation? And then whenever there are too many raindrops in the clouds, they will come out of the clouds and they will rain back down to the earth in what is called precipitation. And then it happens again and again and again. And that is called the water cycle. Isn't that interesting? All right, well, I hope you guys learned a little something from my science lesson today. Maybe you guys can check the weather today. Think about whether it's cloudy. Think about whether you're going to see any precipitation or not. Think about whether it's sunny and maybe all the water is evaporating today. Think, and wonder, okay? All right, boys and girls, I will see you soon. Have a happy day.